Welcome to class. It's time for some drama. But I thought we'd try to go about this in a way so it won't cause an actual drama in the classroom. I loved working with acting in various forms because I think it is an excellent way of practicing English, but also an excellent way of having fun with the language. But you need to make sure that your students are on board for this to work. And I would usually start it up like this. I would fill the board with various lines. Now these lines could have been said in any film, but they would sound very different depending on what film they were in. So I would explain that to the students, then we'd read through the lines, we'd check the pronunciation. Once we'd done that, I would ask them the following question. What genres or types of films can you think of? Now, it did not have to be specific genres. Ways of describing different kinds of films would do. And it does not take the students long to fill the board with various options here. So, once we've done this, we would go back to the lines that were written on the board before. And I've also left a sticky note up here in the corner to help you remember the different genres that were mentioned before. Now, the idea is that I would point at one of the lines and I would tell them which genre it should be in, and as a choir, have my students say this line. What, for example, would hello there sound like in a romance? Hello there. It would be pronounced in a soft tone of voice, I would think. If it was in a thriller, hello there. You wouldn't be quite sure whether this was a friendly character speaking to you, would you? In a musical, hello there. You get the idea. What would I can't find it sound like in a comedy? I can't find it. What would it sound like in a horror? I can't find it. There would definitely be a feeling of being scared in a horror film. In a sci-fi, I can't find it. Well, at this point, the students will have got the gist, so let's start the exercise. I would do this at a very quick pace because I would not want the students to stop and think about what they were doing. I would not want them to start feeling self-conscious because that would only make it difficult for them. So I would point at a line, say the genre, point at a line, say the genre, point at a line, say the genre. Once we've done this for a few rounds, there will be a bit of excitement in the classroom. And that is when it's fun to turn to this line, I love you. Now, with a group of teenagers in the classroom, this line would probably come out in a way like, I love you! Can you see the scene in front of you? A romantic spot somewhere, maybe a cafe, sitting at a small table, tucked away in a corner, leaning forward, looking into the eyes of the love of your life, saying, I love you! It doesn't quite do it, does it? Nah, it would have to be in a softer tone of voice. I love you. Now, the students know exactly what I'm after, and it's time to give it a go for real. Now, the good thing about this is I would divide my class into groups. I would have chosen a dialogue text probably, and I would have the groups draw lots for which genre. This means that the very same dialogue would be performed as very different scenes from different films. It would be a comedy the one time. The other time it would be a scene out of a horror film. Then it would be from a musical or a detective story. It would be completely different performances, which means it won't get boring. The students can sit and watch each other perform and really enjoy it. It does get entertaining. Now, there's only one or two, maybe even 3 students that really don't fancy acting in class. Now, these students will be just as well prepared as the others because they can act as directors. They know exactly what should be expected from a line in a comedy scene as opposed to a line in a musical or in a thriller. So they can help and guide their friends and help them complete the performance. Now, I promise you this works. So give it a go, but don't forget to have fun